Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Club. This time we have a slight variation in our constitution of the panel. My co-host Earl Bouske, who is normally here with me on a Saturday evening, is off island attending to some important business overseas. So in his place, I have Mr. Zachary Hippolyte, Corporal Zachary Hippolyte, the officer in charge of the Police Press Relations Office. Some of you, he may not be a stranger to you, but you may be a stranger to some. So I want to welcome you to the Press Club.
Thank you.
Your predecessor has been on the show before, and we consider you part of the press because of our relationship with you. So we've discussed police and press relations on this show several times, so I think it's only fitting that we have an actual police officer responsible for press relations to discuss some of those issues with us. So welcome to the Press Club.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you for accommodating us. I know you're a very busy man with a lot of demands on your time, so we really appreciate it. Let's start with a discussion of who Zachary Hippolyte is. For those persons who are not familiar with you, your history in law enforcement, how you got into it, and how you got attached to the Police Press Relations Office.
Well, okay. Good night.
Yes.
Good night, St. Lucia. Zachary Hippolyte. Zachary Hippolyte is a St. Lucian, born and raised in Masad, Gurzele. Although when I say born and raised, to a certain point, because probably when I was about 10 years old, I then moved over to Riviera Mita in Moshi. So most of my upbringing was from Riviera Mita. And then I always wanted to be a police officer. I remember watching those little police shows on television back in the day. Yes, you know. And I was fascinated by it, of being a police officer to assist people. And then I remember what this incident, this fateful incident that occurred in Riviera Mita when Miss Valerie Lord, I was part of her youth club at the time. And then she was, everybody knows, murdered, raped. And this actually propelled me even more to become a police officer, because I believe through that profession I'm able to, though I don't have the power of being omnipresent like God, but as much as possible being able to assist individuals and fight crime. So then I joined the service in 1994. I did a short stint at the Central Police Station. Then I went to the Gurzele Police Station, and the Gurzele Police Station molded me, taught me all different aspects of policing. Actually, sometimes I actually do miss it. Yes, because if you, as a police officer, I could advise any police officer, if you really want to learn a variety of policing topics, to become well-rounded, Gurzele Police Station is one police station you just have to work at.
What makes Gurzele so uniquely qualified to dispense that sort of information and
it is so diverse. Number one, there are different units there. You have traffic. You have the opportunity to be a part of the judiciary by being a court orderly, because they have court up there. You have the investigations department. You have general policing. And then when you look at the area of Gurzele, which is so diverse, when you look at the communities, from one time you could be at a Cap Estate on a Rodney Bay, and then you have to deal with the Moshi and the Grand Riviers. You understand? Different persons, different attitudes, different subcultures in these different areas. So you have no choice but as a police officer to become well-rounded, to educate yourself, to understand that you, on a daily basis, you'll have to switch your tactic in dealing with different individuals.
Do you think all of that has contributed to your selection as the Police Press Relations Officer? And how has it helped or informed your ability to perform?
Well, I'm honestly not too sure, really. Probably that question will be posed to the executive of the police force. But after spending almost 13 years at the Gurzele Police Station, I then got an opportunity to be part of the Central Intelligence Unit, where I was a divisional intelligence officer. I really did love working with those guys. And from the Central Intelligence Unit, I went on to the Research and Development Unit. And it was at that unit, by that time I was part of the debating culture. I'm also a debater.
Right.
Proudly saying that I'm the defending police debating champion.
Right.
I'm also the defending National Lotteries Authority national debating champion with my partner Rejan Montut. And I like to say quickly, shout out to Grosley Debating because they are part of the finals this year again.
Right.
Okay, I'm helping them out. And then I remember being at the Research and Development Unit, and something just told me that I can contribute to the press office. That I could add an extra dimension to the press office. Such as see you. Well, I mean, everyone has the different styles, but I believe that the press office is supposed to be more than just a press office. It should be public relations. I
Finally, somebody that agrees with me.
It should be public relations. It's not just about we are waiting for an incident to happen and just to give a release.
Because, you know, I've been making that point since 1989.
Is that so?
When I started with the Voice newspaper. And we don't do it, we've discussed it here before with Earl, that reporters aren't sent on beats anymore. When you started in news, you were assigned to the police, the courts, parliament. You know, those are your base. That's where you found your base. You established your roots in the media. And I was assigned to the police force to work with Linwald James, who was the press relations officer at the time. And I had to make the point to him several times. You know, I would call up and he would say, well, no, there's nothing happening. You know, and I sat in his office one time and I saw this huge chart behind him, all these activities, and I said, well, Mr. James, this is happening, that is happening. He said, but I mean, you're interested in that? I said, but that's news. You know, it's not just about, you know, arrests and crimes, but if police officers go to training courses, that's news.
Yes,
I think the public would like to know that officers are availing themselves of those opportunities and improving their own knowledge and skills. Yeah, so I've been pushing for that for the longest time. So I'm glad to get somebody who shares that sentiment. Yeah,
definitely. So so then I did apply. At that time I didn't get a response, but then eventually I got the opportunity this year when Corporal Daniel Innocent, good night Miss Innocent, she needed to take some leave. Okay, she needed to relax herself because she's been in that for a while, and definitely, honestly, I've been holding the fort of press office and doing a great job, but she had to take some leave. So then I got the opportunity. The executive members remembered, and also she herself remembered that, hey, but Officer Hippolyto has always been interested in being part of the press office, so let's give him a little chance to prove himself. And I got the opportunity, and the rest was history.
Yeah, so much so that you took a job from her.
No, I didn't. But it's a good thing. It's impossible to take the job of police officer. You know, it is the ruling of the executive who decides what happens within the police force.
Yeah, but I think most people in the media are happy with your transfer to the department. You've brought in, like you always wanted to do some difference in terms of what's happening there. I particularly enjoy the Know Your Laws contributions every week because I'm learning so much from you.
Thank you, Kendall. I really am so proud of this production and to see how it is growing because now I see that certain prominent newspapers are showing and they're producing this Know Your Laws in their publication. So I'm so happy for that, and I'm so it gives me a pleasure to let people know, to educate people about different laws that govern us in St. Lucia. I believe that knowledge is power, Kendall. I believe in that so much. I believe with knowledge we could eradicate a lot of misconceptions, a lot of untruths, a lot of rumors with knowledge, proper knowledge that is. And what is a people? What is a people who do not know their rights, who do not know the laws that govern them? Yet, the criminal code goes on to say ignorance of the law is no excuse.
True.
Yeah? So I believe that it was incumbent on me as the police press officer to create this new dimension of the press office and assist our citizenry in knowing your laws.
Okay, we due for a break. Our first break, they will come quick, so our time is short. It's only 1 hour.
Yes.
So let's take that break. When we come back, we can jump into some of the more meatier matters.
Okay, no problem.
I have not put you on the spot. We won't get too controversial, but we'll be right back. You're watching The Press Club.